Our story unfolds with Kaoru Nagase, a young woman caught in the monotony of her office job. One day, she receives a call from a friend, reminding her of their plans. As she rushes to meet her friend, she can't help but wish for a life less ordinary. Suddenly, she feels a wave of dizziness wash over her, and the world goes black. When she comes to, she finds herself face to face with a man she recognizes as God. He explains that her world is being disrupted by dimensional distortions, and unfortunately, she was caught in the crossfire of one such distortion. While her soul was saved, her body was lost, making it impossible for her to return to her old life. To make amends, God offers her a second chance at life in a different world. Kaoru is given the opportunity to bid farewell to her loved ones, who surprisingly accept her fate with grace and assurance. God then reveals that her new world will be similar to Earth, but not as technologically advanced. Fearing the dangers of a less advanced world, Kaoru demands an overpowered skill to ensure her survival. This is where she meets Celestine, the goddess in charge of her reincarnation. Celestine is thrilled about the situation, as it gives her a chance to interact with Earth's god, whom she has a crush on. Celestine grants Kaoru the ability to communicate and understand the language of her new world, along with a rejuvenated body. Kaoru, realizing she's being sent to a medieval-style world filled with magic, monsters, and hunters, requests the ability to create any potion with any effect she desires. Despite Celestine's initial hesitation, she agrees to Kaoru's request, even allowing her to have a limitless storage item box and the ability to create potion containers of any size. Just as Kaoru is about to be reincarnated, she makes one last request: to be friends with Celestine. Touched by her request, Celestine happily agrees. In a flash of light, Kaoru finds herself in her new world. She quickly discovers she can understand the birds, thanks to her new communication ability. She tests out her potion-making skill, creating a healing potion that instantly heals a wound on her head. With renewed vigor, she sets off to find a town. After hours of walking, she becomes exhausted, but quickly remedies it with a stamina-restoring potion. Upon reaching a town, she decides to sell her healing potions at the Hunters Guild. However, the receptionist, Gilda, suggests she sell them to a pharmacist instead. Worried about where she'll sleep, Gilda kindly offers her a place to stay for the night. And so, Kaoru's exciting new life begins. Kaoru, our potion-making heroine, attempts to sell her magical concoctions, a blue potion for external wounds and a yellow one for internal injuries. Despite her best efforts, the adventurers are skeptical and she doesn't make a single sale. However, some of them request her help with odd jobs, which she gladly accepts in exchange for a meal. Suddenly, an injured man is brought into the guild. Seeing that no one is tending to him, Kaoru steps in, administering her yellow potion internally and applying the blue one externally. The man's wounds heal instantly, earning Kaoru the title of Angel among the hunters. Kaoru learns that magic is a rare and complex skill in this world, with even the most skilled mages only capable of simple tasks. Despite this, she decides to keep a low profile. However, her actions catch the attention of Baron Rennie, the local lord, who forcibly brings her to his mansion. At the mansion, the Baron inquires about the source of her potions. Kaoru explains that she makes them herself, but her bracelet, which is essential for the process, is damaged. The Baron promises to punish the man responsible, much to Kaoru's satisfaction. While waiting for her bracelet to be repaired, Kaoru plots her escape. She requests an assistant of her own age and chooses a girl named Hannah. Once they're alone, Kaoru knocks Hannah out, stores all the room's furnishings and food in her item box, and escapes in Hannah's clothes. Upon discovering Kaoru's escape, the Baron is devastated. Meanwhile, Kaoru, now disguised as Hannah, hides from her pursuers. To her relief, the hunters from the guild aren't interested in finding her and soon leave. With her pursuers gone, Kaoru sets her sights on the royal capital, eager to start her new life. She spends the night in the forest, sleeping on a bed she took from the Baron's mansion. The next day, she encounters 3 children. Our tale continues with Kaoru playing along with young Eunith's belief that she is a goddess. She corrects the child, explaining that she is from another world and is friends with the goddess Celestine. Eunith's brother, Hector, introduces himself as the son of Count Adon, and explains their quest to visit their ailing grandmother. Eunith pleads with Kaoru to use her powers to heal their grandmother, and Kaoru agrees, but on one condition: they must tell her a story that will make her cry. The children share their tales, but it's Francett's story that moves Kaoru to tears. Francette, a knight who has dedicated her life to training and rejected all marriage proposals, fears she will end up alone. Touched by her story, Kaoru creates 3 potions from her goddess tears and hands them out. Fast forward a month, and we find Kaoru in Charles, the capital of the eastern kingdom of Brancott. She visits a pawn shop to sell some items she took from the Baron's mansion. The shopkeeper is suspicious, but Kaoru spins a tale of inheriting the items from her late mother, moving the man to tears and securing the sale. Meanwhile, at Brancott Castle, we meet Prince Fernand, who is complaining about his paperwork. His friends, Fabio and Alan, suggest a break, and they head to a restaurant where Kaoru is working as a maid. They are surprised by the unique and delicious food, crediting Kaoru for the culinary experience. Intrigued by Kaoru's wisdom, they ask her for advice on running their domain efficiently. Kaoru suggests lowering the tax rate, explaining that it would attract more merchants and farmers, leading to increased profits. The princes are taken aback, but later realize the sense in her advice. Fernand, smitten by Kaoru, is determined to win her over. As the day ends, Kaoru and her fellow waitresses sit down to enjoy a meal she has prepared. Kaoru, our unassuming heroine, finds herself in a peaceful routine, using her potion powers not for healing, but for creating delicious food. However, her tranquility is disrupted by the constant visits from Prince Fernand, who insists on being served only by her. His incessant demands finally push Kaoru to her limit, leading her to reprimand him for his disrespectful behavior. Fernand, angered by her outburst, attempts to forcibly take her away, but the patrons and waitresses of the restaurant rally to her defense, forcing him to leave. His friends console him and advise him to treat Kaoru with more respect. Just as Kaoru begins to enjoy her peace again, a royal carriage arrives with an invitation to the castle. Knowing that her peaceful days are numbered, she reluctantly accepts. On the day of the party, she arrives at the castle in a dress she had taken from the Baron's mansion. Inside the castle, women are vying for Prince Fernand's attention, hoping to be chosen as his bride. Kaoru, however, changes into her maid outfit and focuses on serving the guests. Fernand, unable to find Kaoru, becomes frustrated until his friends point out that she's serving the guests. Fernand confronts Kaoru about her attire, to which she responds that as a maid, it's only logical for her to serve. Fernand, flustered, reveals that he had sent her a dress, which Kaoru admits she thought was for the business next door. Despite the misunderstanding, Fernand is relieved to see Kaoru and hastily introduces her as his fiancée. Kaoru, taken aback, reminds him that he never asked for her consent. She rejects his proposal, stating that she values her freedom and privacy too much to become a queen. Fernand, desperate, professes his love for her intellect and beauty. In response, Kaoru breaks a plate and uses a shard to mar her face, declaring that without her looks, she has no value to him. She rejects him once more and flees the castle, leaving Fernand heartbroken and his friends advising him not to pursue her. Escaping the city, Kaoru retreats to a safe distance before using a healing potion to restore her face. She celebrates her successful evasion of Prince Fernand and hitches a ride to the western kingdom of Balmore with a merchant named Johann. During their journey, she offers him business advice, earning her a job offer, which she politely declines. Upon reaching Balmore, Kaoru finds work as a live-in maid at a workshop owned by a man named Bardot. Despite the workshop's dilapidated state and high employee turnover, Kaoru takes on the challenge. With the help of her potions, she manages to clean the entire place in just a few hours. While cleaning, she notices a man working on a hip flask, sparking an idea. Instead of selling her potions, she decides to sell the containers. Using her powers, she creates a beautiful glass bottle that leaves the men in awe. They agree to help her sell it, providing Kaoru with a steady income and a more comfortable life. One day at the market, a boy steals her money, only to discover it's a decoy with a tracking device. That night, the same boy visits Kaoru and tells her about a girl named Kosha, whose mother was injured by a noble. Kaoru, disguised with a potion that changes her hair and eye color, visits Kosha's house. Introducing herself as a friend of the goddess, she heals Kosha's mother with a potion. Touched by Kaoru's kindness, Kosha asks how she can repay her, to which Kaoru simply asks for a hug. Soon, Kaoru finds herself leading a secret society known as the Eyes of the Goddess, made up of orphan children who inform her about people in need of help. Thus, Kaoru continues her extraordinary journey, using her powers to bring hope and healing to those around her. Thanks for watching, please subscribe, and see you on the next episode. Love you guys.